In this fifth and final video, Stephen Barney outlined the case for a standardized, automated, single source model for sourcing corporate action data. So what does this actually mean, Barney?
The key point really about a golden copy feed, particularly when it's delivered in a market standard way, like ISO 2022, is that it removes the variance and the lack of trust in data. So when we have compared the standard use of corporate action processing versus some of the golden copy markets around the world, we see an area of about 16 to 20% difference in terms of efficiency. And that really comes back to the point we were highlighting in our earlier video about the cost of processing, sourcing, cleaning information vanishes, essentially. So effectively, the use of a golden copy feed delivered in the right standard can actually really drive proven efficiencies of, as I said, 16 to 20%, which can be passed on to every market participant, whether they're a custodian, broker, or investor.
Absolutely, Barney. As you said, we're starting to see success where this has been implemented in multiple markets. So as you've said, I think the phrase you coined, gold copy markets, sometimes called digital source, sometimes called issue to investor, exactly where the issue or paying agent takes the responsibility, for providing that data in a machine readable format. So, markets that have been leading the charge here, typically have the exchange stroke CSD provide a portal, something similar, the checks and balances on the record that's entered at entry time against market standards will mean that something complete, something is accurate, and there's no further need for any checks, any validations, aside from things like derived data where it's absolutely necessary, things like trade date calculations on income type stuff, maybe some deadline offsetting, where instructions are needed, but certainly nothing that requires manual intervention in the kind of scrubbing sense. And it's worth adding actually that in this model, every participant has an important role. So whether it's from the exchange, stroke CSD, mandating the richness of the data provided so it can be processed off, whether it's the regulator who will, likely need to mandate the initiative that needs to be adhered to, or whether it's even data providers who may still be needed to provide that vital consolidation function and offer that one stop, that one go-to shop, for all activity, for all single source markets and asset classes across. So this topic is certainly explored in further detail on the recent ISSA white paper titled Corporate Actions Data Sourcing, the case for a standardized automated single model. So pop over to the ISSA website, pick up a copy of that paper, and of course, share any thoughts on any of that content and get involved in the discussion.